What is all this?
Come, gather round.
What is going on? What's going on? Didn't we start the show?
You did.
No, we didn't start the show.
It started now.
Start again?
Yeah, start
Come, gather round, everyone. They're about to talk Disney. I am still so confused as to whether I'm going to eat at Connections or Creations. So the only way I can keep them straight is I have to think, okay, well, my mouth connects to my stomach, so I guess that's Connections.
So I call Catherine to see how dinner at the restaurant is going, and she says, I can't talk to you right now. I'm talking to Mickey. So I'm like, okay, here's the big cheese. I get it. And then she says, hold on, he wants to talk to you. So she FaceTimes me, and I'm FaceTiming with Mickey as I'm getting ready for the podcast.
I don't understand why people spend hard-earned money on a Mickey ice cream sandwich in the parks. I mean, we literally all have ice cream sandwiches in our freezers at home. We don't have Mickey bars. From the mind and creator of the Disney YouTube channel Living in Diz comes a whole new Disney podcast. Okay, can we talk some serious Disney here now? Nope. Get ready for all the Disney knowledge that you can handle. It's Corey. It's Lawrence. It's the Diz Pod.
All right. Hello and welcome. Some days we show up and it's like this is new to us. It's only approaching episode number 50. I don't think any of you noticed anything, but so I guess I didn't hit start. I hit the intro and I didn't hit go live. I'm pretty sure I tried to click it, but then I realized that I needed a drink and I had to run out of here. I think Ashley might have seen me run out of here, grab a drink, and then come back in and set the lights up because the lights weren't even set up there. But we're good to go, and we're happy to be here. And welcome, everyone, to the Diz Pod, episode 48. I don't know, I just say that. And then I look at Lawrence. I look for confirmation, and he usually tells me I'm wrong.
46, let's say.
Lawrence, what's wrong with you? You're on the wrong side. Come on now. Shannon busts you all the time. You're on the wrong side.
When we bring in Ashley, we're going to put Ashley on the top and us on the bottom. They'll just freak out.
That'll just throw everything out of whack, for sure. So, hey, it's another week in the books leading up to now. The weather's been holding up so well, so beautiful. I can't even tell you the last time it rained, but I have a short memory. But at the same time, I don't think it's rained in days and days. Right, Ashley's back there. I can see her. I don't know if it's right. I don't feel like it's rained anyway. Sometimes I measure the rain days by my Disney days, and it has not rained in many Disney days for me. So that's all that matters. I don't care as much if it rains in the evenings when I'm just going about my normal life here. So it's been good, and it's starting to heat up a little bit here. How is the weather over there in North Carolina?
Weather has been good here. Funny enough, this weekend we went to see the Savannah Bananas, which is very cool. If anybody has the chance to go see that, to go see them play, go see them play. They are a baseball team. If you don't know, I don't even know how to describe them. So the way I normally describe them is like the Harlem Globetrotters, but for baseball. So they do trick plays and they play music throughout the whole thing. So it was a lot of fun, and it was warm. You can't see because I have my headphones on. I actually got sunburn on my ears. That's how hot it was out there. So, um, Catherine, when we sat down, she was like, "Do you want some sunscreen?" I'm like, "No, no, I'll be fine." I wasn't fine. So, um, yeah, yeah. Um, she does not come in. That's only happened once that she came in. So,
I
uh,
lock out Tammy too, by the way.
Um, Shannon says she's going to see them at Fenway Park. Yeah, they were really really fun. That was a lot of fun. It was
Really?
like
They go to Fenway Park? Wow.
well, they sold out. Where the Astros play? Is it Minute Maid Park? Yeah.
Yes.
They sold that out. I mean, that's crazy.
That
Absolutely
is
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just quickly, what do they do? What do they do? Like, Harlem Globetrotters, will have all these great moves with the ball and things like that, do different tricks. Like, what do you do in baseball?
So they will, go and catch behind the back, in the outfield. If there is a walk, then all the players have to come in and they relay the ball to each other. And until the last person touches the ball, the runners can keep running around. So normally, if you're on first, you're going to make it to third because all seven other players have to come on to about second base and throw the ball around. So it's different. There's a lot of dancing, the umpire dances, all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. They even
How
played,
original.
yeah, they even played during the game, they were playing, Diggity Dog, Hot Diggity Dog, just
Oh,
random yeah, just
really?
random music play. Yeah,
Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Love it.
yeah.
All right. Well, later on in the podcast, we'll talk about in the parks, what we did in the parks while we were live, and right after we bring on, of course, our very special. I'm not going to call her a guest anymore. Very special. We need to give her a title. Very special
To be
friend.
a
She is a very
correspondent?
special friend. Yes, our parks correspondent.
There you go.
Yes, Al. I was going to call her allergies. You're not allergies. You're Ashley. Let's bring on Ashley right now. Disney Allergies with Ashley. You can find her in our description below of every single video, and you can find her better on Instagram. And she brings all the knowledge for allergies that happen to be included in the food over there at Disney World. What's going on, my
Yes.
friend?
Hi, everybody. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic. You are such a Chippendale fan. I love it. There's no one bigger than
Love them.
you.
Love them.
Love, yes, I see it in your stories and things like that, and I just go, oh, look at that. I mean, it just comes out like the big hugs, and you run up to them, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very thankful to say that the perks of being a local is when you get to go to Disney, as much as you know as well, they get to know you. You're a familiar face and you almost become friends with the characters. So I'm very blessed to know people in entertainment that help make the magic and honestly just go out of their way to make special experiences for me as well as my family.
I love that. So knowing that, I want to watch even closer. I
Yes,
want to see all those cool interactions. That's awesome. Did you know? Why am I asking? You have to know this. Did you know that a new lug bag came out in Canada?
I
And
did. I
were you,
did. We went to
were you,
Epcot this past Saturday, and I had heard that the lug bags were slowly starting to come out. And I was in Canada with my fiance and our friends, and I looked at it. I gasped. My fiance didn't even blink, and he bought it for me. He is awesome. He's like, I already know. And now it is my new park bag. So I am very excited.
that's a good man. You should marry him someday.
Yeah, next February.
That's awesome. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, Tammy is always on to the next kind of bag, and these lugs are the new thing. And
Yeah.
she was excited to check that one out, but it did sell out. So she
Oh,
did
it
not get her.
did.
No, yeah, it did. It sold out. I think it took more than a day, but by the time we got there on Saturday, they were gone. So
Wow. Yeah. I literally looked at it. It is so cute. And I will say what I love about that company is there's so many pockets. It's very convenient. And I'm one that doesn't like to carry a lot, but if you carry a little bit more than normal that can't fit in a small bag, there's just more opportunities. Like there's like 3 or 4 pockets in that little small thing, which you wouldn't think so. But yeah, it's great. I really love it.
those pockets go for days and days for
Mm-hmm.
sure. I mean,
Yes.
Tammy picked up the Italian one with Mickey all over it, and the backpack. And there's crazy amount of pockets. There must be 9 pockets, like no exaggeration.
Yeah.
And it's a cool. It when you compare it to the lounge flies, it's a very different build. More
Yes.
pockets, and it's squishy. Would you say it's kind of squishy?
Yes.
Um, so it's a little bit more like a gym bag, but it's like if a gym bag got together with a lounge fly, and they had a kid.
Yes. I
You know,
agree. I actually went to go show Chip and Dale, and poor Dale was so sad because it's only Chip on the bag. Dale's not on that bag for the Canada design. It's only
yeah,
Chip's face.
I
So I found
noticed
that
that.
interesting. Yeah,
You might have to play that up with a character meet and greet.
I did. I was like, maybe like C for Canada, C for Chip. And Dale was like, but what about me? Like, what do I get? And I was like, we'll get you something, Dale. Don't worry.
That's right. Bigger things coming for Dale.
Yes.
And I
So
like those
19.
bags. Like,
Okay.
she had picked up the, Figment, bag, and it just all those pockets, like, I could just see being able to compartmentalize it, and use it as your Disney bag for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and I got so many compliments on it. Like people were stopping me being like, "Where did you get that?" Cuz anytime I go to Disney, I bring like a little chip plush cuz I take him to see the characters and take photos. It's really cute. And I had him like sticking out of like where Chip's face was, and I just the whole time I was there was just, "Where did you get that back?" I'm like, "Go right to Canada and it should still be there."
Wow. So it's your fault that they all sold out then, parading Chip
Probably.
all over the
I was a
place.
walking advertisement, which is good for Disney, so it worked out.
Exactly. Last on the lugs I got is that I got to study Tammy's bag because when new style bags come out, I look at it from a streamer standpoint. Okay,
Mhm.
is this bag functional for me in the park? Can I fit what I need to fit on a particular day? So that I can stream and not kind of jam things in there. So with it having all the pockets, I want to check out her. She has the Figment backpack. Oh, I said the Mickey one. I need to see if it fits everything I need on certain days. The heaviest day, which is like Saturdays, I carry the most stuff. So
Right.
I'll see. I'll take a look. Waiting for the right one to come out.
Are they
I guess
tall enough? Are they tall enough to fit the gimbal?
if you take the mount off the
Yeah.
bottom,
Yeah.
then maybe. You know what?
Okay.
Later when we're done, remind me and we'll check it.
All right.
We'll check it out. But we think, right? We think there's going to be a lug bag for every country. I mean, they're starting to roll out. Norway has one, Canada has one, Italy has one now. So we'll see if the other parks get them.
Ashley, will you pick up the others?
If it's a Dale, yes.
All right.
If not, I'm gonna try to save my money. Anything Chip and Dale merch, I'm usually in trouble. So I'm hoping they pump the brakes on anything Chip or Dale so I can be in the clear for just a little bit.
You must go crazy when they have. I'm trying to think. Is it Festival of the Holidays that they featured? They featured Chip and Dale before.
Yes.
Yes. And has it been multiple years, or was it just a few years ago? I remember that merch.
I believe it was like a couple years in a row they had them, and then I believe last year was Olaf. I might be
Yes,
wrong, I don't remember,
you're
but
right.
Fort Wilderness is also a place I cannot go near because they are obviously like the mascot for that property. So I have not been to their store in a while, but I know they have like cute little figurines of them and like t-shirts. I'm like, I can't go there because I'd probably walk out with the whole store.
I did notice that when we had to stay
Mhm.
there a few months back. That is the theme, and I feel like there's merch there that you can't find anywhere else.
Yes. Yes.
So there you
Especially
go,
now
everyone.
that they're redoing the cabins for DVC, I noticed that how they're doing the advertisement, like the buttons that they're giving out for DVC are like Chip and Dale. And I did see a sneak peek of some of the type of designs they'll be doing in the cabin, and a lot of the artwork will be featuring them as well. So that would be pretty
Ooh,
cool.
you got to
Hmm.
stay there.
Yeah, my parents are DVC, thank goodness. So I said to them, I said, you guys better book those points so we can go and experience it. It's a great property. It really is.
It is. We did it once, and we can I just say it? We're gonna stay there this summer too. So, and we're gonna bring everyone along. So,
That's so
uh,
exciting.
we'll be doing that too. We're excited to see the take do a live room tour of the place. And when we stayed last time, we gave everybody a ride on the golf cart. So we took the
That's
stream
so
around.
fun.
So we'll spend some time there probably, and then I'd like to tie in Hoop Doo with that.
Mm.
And
Have you
then
been?
no, I've never been.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure we will. So that'll be fun. That could be a fun stream if I could put that all together.
Yeah, for
Spend the
sure.
afternoon on property, show them the room, and then do hoopty doo, and then maybe we'll just end the stream. I was thinking maybe go to Magic, but maybe we'll just end it and enjoy the rest of the night like we did at Grand Flow a couple weeks ago. So yeah. So you are here because you went to 1900 Park Fair. 1900 Park Fair opened this week, and I came across your story or just your post popped up, and I was like, oh, we this is the chance to get Ashley back on. So that's awesome. Tell us all about 1900 Park Fair.
Yeah, so I actually, believe it or not, I think this is just a great tip in general for anyone booking Disney dining reservations. We actually got that reservation the day before. This was not something that we had booked 60 days in advance. We were at Epcot. I said, I really want to go in terms of just for a food allergy post as well as myself to give more education on this location. And we were able to snag a 5 o'clock reservation. So I will say it exceeded my expectations for sure. First, I want to start with that. I will say though, the location is a lot smaller than I remember. So I like to preface for anyone with food allergies, it is a smaller buffet than I would say Crystal Palace or Boma because it is a buffet, if anyone does not know. So just to keep that in mind, and depending on your allergies, will depend on what is available to you. For example, I do have a gluten and soy allergy, so that made me a little bit more limited than someone who would just have one allergy. But I would like to give a cast compliment to the chef that was there. Her name was Heidi. She was from Providence, Rhode Island. Probably
Woo.
one of the best food allergy chefs I have ever interacted with. So patient, so kind, took her time, walked the whole buffet with me from start to finish, had an iPad out explaining everything, showing every ingredient, and was like, I can go to the back, you can come to the buffet if you're nervous about cross contamination. Like, I can handle everything for you if need be. And I was so impressed with that because I felt like I was so taken care of as a guest. She took her time with me. I did not feel rushed. It was beyond excellent. I actually even went up to a manager and said, she is amazing and I need to give her recognition because she took her time with me and really made sure I was comfortable with everything that I was eating. She came to speak with me, every couple minutes to make sure I was okay. I was extremely impressed with how well Disney handled that this past weekend at 1900 Park Fair for sure. The next thing I do want to say is for anyone that does have food allergies, one thing that a lot of people will notice with the allergy friendly menu is that when you flip it to that back page, there will be instances where you'll see things that you can order from the back kitchen. For example, allergy friendly dinner rolls or cookies or whatever is available for that certain location. This location does not have that option. However, when you're speaking with the chef, say you would like something that they usually have at most dining, allergy friendly rolls is usually an example I'd like to give. They do have that there. So, just to preface that, because most buffets usually do have something on the back, just some additional food options that are allergy friendly that are not on the buffet, this location does not have that. So I'd like to tell people that so they don't go in expecting to flip that last page like I did. I went in and I was looking at the menu, looking, okay, gluten, looking at soy. I go to flip the back and there is nothing there. So I just like to tell everyone that so they're not expecting that last page for anything separate for them to look for.
Wow, I'm blown away. That gave me the chills by the attention that she gave you. Do you
Absolutely.
think do you think that has anything to do? Could this be something like a new way of doing things for Disney where we had that tragic incident.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, I think because of what happened at Disney Springs, I think Disney realized they needed to up their game. Allergies are not something to be taken lightly. This is someone's life in their hands, and it is their responsibility if they take it on to take care of their guests. I know Disney is very important on having inclusion, and inclusion includes those allergies. So if they say, yes, we can accommodate those, then they need to be taking that extra step. I even would like to add on that for the buffet, having a gluten and a soy allergy, desserts are never an option for me just because there's usually gluten or soy. The chef Heidi went out of her way next door, got me allergy friendly ice cream and allergy friendly cookies, and made me a Mickey sundae and brought it to the table so that I was included with my party to have dessert as well. And that alone could have brought me to tears because if you go outside of Disney, that wouldn't happen. But because it's Disney and they're constantly finding ways to raise the bar, it blew me away. It really did. I was so impressed.
Tears don't come to my eyes that easily, but I could feel that happening as you were saying that. Like I want to hug you, I want to hug her. That just blows me away. And you know what? That reminds me of my friend Neil. Went the other day with his wife Alyssa, and she has the gluten allergy.
Yes.
I don't think it was a female though. I'll have to ask her because she said something like the chef went to another restaurant and brought her back something that she could have.
Right.
So there's Disney going that extra step, which is really amazing.
Yeah, and I appreciate it as well because I will say this, and this is good just also for guests that do not have allergies. I was informed by the staff that the first year that 1900 Park Fair is open, they are not taking any discounts. So, no annual pass, no DVC. It's, I believe, obviously they accommodate the Disney dining plan, but for one whole year, she said they are not taking any discounts at all. So it's a very expensive dinner. Dinner is, I believe, $66 per person per adult. So for four people, it was about $280. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And especially with allergies, it's nerve wracking. You know, you don't want to spend all of that money to then go, oh my gosh, I can only have a salad for $66. That was, again, that was not the case with me. I do believe Disney is taking that initiative and taking that step. And I'm also looking forward to going for breakfast. I mean, how they handled dinner, I can't even imagine. They're probably just as good with breakfast.
Uh oh, you just mentioned something that I was going to follow up on with hmm, it went okay. So, what did you think? So, with what you had to, were there a lot of food choices? Oh, before I forget it again, with the menu, is there a chance, like on the My Disney Experience app, for people to preview it to say, okay, this is worth it for me to spend the $66?
Unfortunately, not. And that's where I love to post these things because I know that people, myself, the first week it opened, I was like, I cannot find anything. The only thing I could find was that it just said the options, but there was no safe for gluten, safe for eggs, safe for dairy. None of that was on there. I only saw allergy friendly guide available. So it is a little nerve wracking. However, if you are staying on Disney property, what I would recommend is that, say you're interested in maybe doing a walk up for dinner, go during the breakfast hours and say, hi, I have XYZ allergy. Do you have a dinner allergy guide available for me to just look at? And then I guess you can make more of a decision based off that. But for buffets, for some reason, and I wish Disney would do this, they do not provide that information on the app.
That's a good. I was gonna say that's a good question. Good job, Corey. No, but it's a good question because I'm gonna reach out to the technical side of that because I do have a connection with that. I'm
Oh,
gonna ask
good.
them. I'm gonna ask them if there's any way they can include that to be more helpful for people to make more informed decisions, and because maybe there are people that aren't going because they can't see a preview of it. So
Right. I will say I was extremely nervous going into it. My fiance even asked me, he's like, "Do you know if you can eat here?" And I was like, "Nope, but we're going to wing it," because I wasn't able to find any allergy information. So I'm thankful that I was able to post the guide so that people can at least somewhat get an idea. And then when you do get there, the chef will go through a full consultation with you for the allergies.
That's awesome. You'll be proud of me then because we did a lot of dinners in the last 3 weeks or so. A lot of
Hmm.
sit downs. We seem to do that throughout the year. We won't eat at a sit down for a while live, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Then the other day, Tammy was like, "I'm like, should we go eat at Beer Garden?" She's like, "We've done enough sit downs. We got to show the park." So I'm like, "You are totally right." So Beer Garden coming soon. But we ate a couple Saturdays ago. We were lucky enough to stay at the Grand Flow for the first time, and so we went to dinner over at the cafe. And I looked
Okay.
down. I looked down at the corner of my table, and there was the allergy-friendly menu. So I made sure that I took time and showed everyone on stream what, excuse me, what it entailed. So
Yeah. I will say too, going back to Epcot, I do want to touch on this, going back about what we've seen kind of in a change of how Disney is handling allergies. I went to Regal Eagle and I was looking to just get a burger there. And again, same kind of experience. Manager came out, full ingredients list, so tentative, took her time with me. And then a chef came out. So I had two different people speaking with me, and not once did I even blink an eye. Not once did I feel stressed because my meal did have to get modified due to allergies, but there never was a time where I felt nervous because of how confident they were and how they were preparing it in a separate kitchen. I really do feel like Disney is taking more steps forward in terms of allergies, which I'm very proud of.
I'm glad that we know enough about allergies and things like that to be able to, with technology and whatever research, to be able to accommodate people with allergies, to have, to be able to enjoy themselves and feel comfortable and have the options to be able to modify things.
Yes, and when you go to 1900 Park Fair, I do not know if you've heard about this, but the strawberry soup is amazing and you need to go try it. I believe it's for dinner and breakfast. I was very skeptical, but the chef was like, "It's safe for your allergies, try it." And I was blown away. It is not a warm soup, it is a cold soup, but it is very good. So that is something I would recommend. If you go, definitely try that.
Was that your first time trying it?
Yes.
Okay. From my memory, we did try that when it was originally open, and
Okay.
it was really good. So I
Mhm.
definitely look forward to trying that again for sure.
Yeah.
So I will definitely make sure. All right, now, have you on your Instagram?
Mhm.
Have you wherever you have been eating and these guides are available? Have you been posting them every time, or is this something
Yes.
that you just started with? Okay,
No, I mean,
okay.
I've been using this page for a couple years now, and anytime I can get an actual menu or an ingredients list to take a picture of, I do. I actually have, there is an acai parfait over by the butterfly exhibit in Epcot, and I actually was able to take a picture of the ingredients on the label for guests to see on my page. So I really like to get that more than anything because as someone with allergies myself, I know it's very stressful to just trust someone saying, "Oh yeah, it's gluten free." You're like, "Are you sure though?" So seeing ingredients, I know how as important it is to me as well as someone else. So as much as I can try to get it, I will.
That's awesome. So I'll be more conscious too when I'm live in the parks to just mention you as much as I can because we're on a mission together to make Disney better for people when it comes to food allergies. We want people
No,
to
yeah, I
definitely
appreciate
feel
that.
comfortable. Absolutely. It's just, you have a passion for this because it's personal to you and you want to share to everyone else and I have an outlet to help push that too and you know I nobody eats food more than I do on our channel. I beg anybody to show me. It can't even be possible, but I love to do the food reviews. I like to make our streams very complete. So what does that mean for me? It means I want to show the nighttime spectacular. I want to go on some rides. I want to show some kind of food has to pass my lips in every stream if I can and and merch. Like that's a complete stream for me. And I'm conscious about that. So the amount of food I do eat, there's always people in the chat that might ask about, oh, are there any allergy friendly items at this booth? Is there this? There's that. So uh, I think it's important that we've partnered up. So
Yeah, no, I'm very thankful for you. You have an amazing channel and an amazing platform. So I'm very thankful that I'm able to speak about those things, especially too, like you said, going to the parks like Epcot. I also like to tell guests or anyone that's going, if you have a food allergy and you are going to a booth, please preface that because they do not ask. So you can go on the app, right? Like we talked about last time, you go to the My Disney Experience, you see, okay, this booth is safe for my gluten allergy. I always say take that extra step, let the cast members know, because say you have an issue with cross contamination, that can be a factor. And we don't want that to happen on your Walt Disney World trip. So I always say advocate, advocate, advocate for that allergy. Speak about it. Don't say, oh, it's no big deal. It says gluten free, so I'm fine. No, still take that extra step because you will see that Disney will take that extra step for you as well.
that's awesome, and you are awesome.
Oh, thank
Uh,
you. So are you.
Thank you. We Please hang out with us sometime soon. Like, Saturday,
Oh my
whatever,
God, I know I missed your family. Whenever you guys are
I know.
going in, just give me a heads up and I'll pop in and just say hi. I don't know if
Okay.
Lawrence knows, but the last time I was with you guys on stream, I'm like, subscribe to their channel like every 5 seconds. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, every Saturday we're there, so you can even text me and be like, "Hey, where are you?" Or usually the website is always right on the nose with updates. Livingindiz.com has a 4 stream schedule, and I'm always in the park every Monday night and every other Thursday. So that's just me you'll get. But if you want to see Tammy and Jacob, Jill's getting older, so sometimes she's not in the same park as us, but she's usually around. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, that's awesome. So have fun. Thank you so much. You're so valuable to the team,
Thank you so much for
and
having me. I really appreciate it. I'm
you're
glad I can
welcome. And
help.
absolutely. And if you don't hear from us, in 2, 3 weeks, and you've got something, or anytime, just be like, "Hey, I got something, worth 5, 10 minutes or whatever." Just
Yeah.
text me, and I'll be like, "Okay, you have priority.
Yeah.
We'll just get you right in every time."
Food and wine. When is food and wine start? June?
I don't,
Oh,
July?
I don't think we have a date yet. Or
Oh, there's no date?
I didn't
there's
Okay.
think
got to
so.
be a date at this point. It's the follow up one. You should plan on hanging out with us that entire stream because we actually do a full menu review of
Oh,
what's
that'd be great.
expected with slides and things like that and merch. We
Okay.
do like a full preview leading up to it. So, and then I
Oh,
usually
no,
do a
I didn't know
follow up
that.
after that. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I
every
definitely want to do coverage on that. And then I'm hoping as well as a 1900 Park Fair. I'm trying to get breakfast so I can get you some more information as well. Because I know some people
okay.
prefer breakfast buffets over dinner. So if I can get more information for everyone, that'd be good as well.
Okay, okay. You
Food
know
and
what?
wine is July
It's
20th.
We
July. Wow.
Ooh, that's a ways away.
I thought it was June. Okay.
So
Yeah, they backed it up a little bit.
when does
Yeah,
Flower and Garden end?
the end of May. So you're gonna have quite a bit of.
We're gonna have some time in between.
Oh,
But
wow. Do they normally have that much of a break in between?
so here's what
No.
I think happened, because that it's normally not like that. But what I think happened is with the opening of Communicore Hall and all of that going on June 10th, I think
Oh,
they were like, we'll take a break. We got a lot going on. That's what I'm guessing.
yeah. Because that's going to
That
bring in a lot of guests to the park, that alone. So
Yeah,
that's understandable.
yeah.
yeah, that makes perfect sense, Lawrence. You're a genius.
I wouldn't say genius. Yeah, my
I am
IQ
gonna
is like
I'm
double
gonna
digits.
put Ashley's link. I'm gonna put Ashley. Well,
Oh, you got
Ashley's
it.
link is in the description of everything we do, but I'm gonna put it right here to make it easier for all of you to go over and follow her on Instagram.
See
Ashley's
all my Chip
amazing.
and Dale stories. If I
That
post on my story, it's mostly me with characters. So you still get the Disney magic on my Instagram, but you also get educational information. So it's the best of both worlds.
So I do
abs.
have a question for you then.
Yes.
Since you're a Chip and Dale fan, did you like the Rescue Rangers movie?
I cried at that. Did you see the ending of the movie where they were saying how they need? So the backstory of why I love Chippendale is I have a twin sister. My twin sister is my best friend, my other half. She is my biggest support system. I don't know where I'd be without her. And I moved to Florida 5 years ago, and my dad had purchased Chippendale plushes for us and said, "If you ever miss your sister, you have her with you. And this
Mm.
is a piece of symbolism of her here." So, what I would do is I would go, he's almost like a flat Stanley, if people know what that is. Like you take him, you take pictures with
Yes.
them. So I would go to Disney and take him, and I have friends in entertainment again, which I'm very fortunate to know. Take pictures with him, and they'd send videos being like, "We miss you, Sarah," type of thing. And so that's why I love them so much. So the remake, the voices I was not expecting, but the storyline of how they became friends, and just at the end, how they said, "I didn't know I needed you until that moment,"
Yeah.
was so beautiful for me because having the relationship with my twin sister is that special relationship like they have at the end of the movie. So it definitely pulled on my heartstrings. I know it was hit or miss on people's opinions, but for me, I thought it was excellent. So
We
I
enjoyed it.
yeah, I
did.
enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'm very excited. I'm having them at the wedding next year. I got that all finalized. So it's gonna be so much fun. It's technically a surprise, even though I'm saying it on a live stream. We have their set times ready to go. I just have to get Disney approved songs for them to dance with the guests because obviously that's important. Chip and Dale can't be dancing to things they're not supposed to. But I
Right.
picked their backdrop and their outfits, and I'm really, really excited for that as well.
Is that are you identical or fraternal sisters?
We're fraternal, but she just copied my haircut. So for the first time in forever, people came up to us at Disney and said, "Are you guys twins?" And I just looked at her and I was like, "Oh my God." Like we have never gotten asked that. So now I would say we look maybe a little bit more identical just because of the haircut, but most we are actually fraternal.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, hey, we'll have to do a sit down sometime at this
Oh,
point.
I would love that. You let me know and we can do like a whole allergy experience with it. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, that sounds great. Well, we love you, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for bringing it. I
Love
think I
you.
know
Thank you
everybody
so
else
much.
is really thankful to have you on when you can get on as well.
Oh, perfect. Hope you guys have a great night and I'll be watching.
Sounds
Thanks.
good.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
She is amazed. Is I am very honored to have her as part of our team.
Absolutely.
I don't think
Absolutely.
I don't think anybody's bringing that in the podcast world. Not
I
that I follow, but
yeah, I think we cover so much that people just don't think about. Um I like it. I like it. It's like I said in the members only podcast. If you have things that you want us to cover on the podcast, let us know. If you go to Corey's community tab, there is a post there. Just tell us some topics you want us to cover on the show because we got to do 500 of these. So we've got what
we
500
need help.
448 left or something like that. So just let us know some topics that you want to cover. We've got some good ones coming up in the next couple weeks. Going to be really really good, really
So
good.
we'll that's a great idea. We'll do a whole sit down dinner with Ashley, and we'll really involve her in that stream where the process
Yeah,
of
yeah,
maybe even talking with the chef and featuring the chef and how it works and all that stuff for people. I think that'll be really really helpful.
yeah, yeah. Very good idea.
So our next topic is a good one, and I'm sure all of you have talked about this at some point, and it's top Disney movies in need of sequels.
Yes.
So
So since we're talking about Disney movies, we have to start the segment with the movie openings, right?
okay.
I mean,
That gives PDC the chills in chat, and it gives me the chills. Listen, I am a movie nerd. I am a movie buff, and I love movies. I love movies back from the trailers. Like, we're always late. I always miss a few trailers, even leading up to the movie. And, it's the same scene every Sunday morning that we go. I'm like, God, come on, man, we got to leave. Let's go. I'm going to miss trailers. And then I miss a few. But luckily, going to AMC theaters, a couple days after you see the movie, you get a notification on the app, and they show you all the trailers you missed.
oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So I get to go back and see what I missed and all that. And it's still not the same theater experience, though. But
No,
at
no.
least I get to see what I missed. So I love movies so much. So leading up after the trailers, I love what would you call them? Just the whole studio intro to a movie.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
love them all. I
Yeah.
love them all. And sometimes I'll sit there and I'll try to guess what it is from the very. It's like name that tune. I can name it on one note. Like as soon as it pops up, even though it might not be obvious to some people, it'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Scott Free, or oh,
Yeah.
that's whatever. All these little smaller companies and things like that. I love that. And so, what do you think? Does Disney have the best opening right now? I mean, that one does give you the chills. That's always amazing when you see the castle and the camera leads up to the castle and spins around it, and there's fireworks.
So I remember, was it Elemental? Somebody in chat might know the first movie that had that opening. Um, and I remember seeing that because we know the other one, and it's a little shorter, the last one that they did um, before they did the Disney 100, and I was like, I thought I had clicked on something wrong. Every now and then they'll do something different, like Maleficent. It has Maleficent's castle, right? It's dark and all that for the opening. They've done a couple other ones, but I saw that one and I had to go back and watch it again before the movie even started. I was like, wait, I got to see this again. And it was, yeah, it gave me chills the first time I saw it for sure.
I love when they do alternate things to to their openings. Not
Yeah.
just Disney, but any company. When they do something a little bit different, the way it ties in. If you watch the Marvel openings, and sometimes Jacob has to point this out. Who am I kidding? Every time he has to point it out. No, not every time. But a lot of times he does. If you notice, every Marvel movie that opens and you see all the different cut scenes in the block that ultimately turns up and says Marvel or
Hmm.
Marvel Studios,
Hmm.
there's a lot going on within within that block for scenes, and it usually ties into what recently happened, kind of catching
Okay.
you up. Like they're all different.
Okay.
Like even Loki went. I think it was Loki that went so far to even just be all green.
Mm.
So I love movie openings. So sorry to take us down that. No, it's good to take us down that rabbit hole. That was cool.
Yeah.
But I love movie openings, and we are nerdy enough. Listen, I was talking to Jason O'Brien, who is the amazing director producer that is doing our movie coming out this summer, and he was like, "Man, you're talking my language," because I told him we don't leave until the final word leaves the screen. And it doesn't even have to be that we're waiting for an end cutscene. We appreciate the music, and I love it. Like that's Jacob. Jacob is me. I've always done it, and he has adopted it on his own. Like
Hmm.
even if I wanted to get up and go, nope, we're not moving because Jacob wants to hear it to the end. So I love everything about film, and I love how to make them. I love everything, 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 everything.
Yeah. They got
Even the
to
food,
turn the lights on for us.
Same here. We always say hello to the cleaning crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that different from anything else? You just can't get us. We're the guests. Invite us to a party, everyone. We'll be the last to leave. uh, yeah, but we just appreciate movies so much, and I
Yeah.
love watching the credits and everything. So good stuff. So that brings us to this. We're going to talk about what movies we think need sequels. One thing you and I didn't talk about, which I think we can do, is even if a movie has a sequel, why not a third or a fourth or a fifth? Is
Right.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does this movie deserve to have another?
Yeah.
So, is there truth to the rumor that Steven Spielberg is redoing Gremlins and it may be a little bit more on the horror side.
I've heard that, but I don't think that I've seen anything concrete.
Yeah, I haven't confirmed it. That just came to my mind.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned it to me yesterday, but I would have to check the source. Okay, you were
So
gonna say something.
I thought one thing I would go through. I was on IGN .com, which is a gaming site. Well, are they still? Yeah, they should still only be
Oh
gaming.
yeah, they're all about games for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, I used to follow them 20 years ago when I was in the video game business. They had a good article about upcoming releases, so I thought we'd kind of roll through that really quickly before we talk
Okay,
about the sequels that we
Dis
think should be coming out.
Dispod
So
movie edition.
the biggest one right now is going to be Inside Out, which is June 14th. That is coming very, very quickly. Inside Out 2.
Do you
Uh,
have high expectations for that or moderate expectations?
I think my expectations have grown as we get closer to it. Um, I think it's going to be good, but I think I keep, leveling up as I see more of the trailer. First you saw the poster, then the teaser, and then the trailer. And with the trailer, I'm like, okay, I think this is really going to be good. So I really hope it does meet my expectations.
I have high expectations because of the new character anxiety will probably bring a lot to the film. So
Absolutely.
I have high, when Jacob and I go into a movie, we like to give a percentage,
Hmm.
just like Rotten Tomatoes does. What percentage do you expect out of this film? And then we compare it when we leave. I would probably say for Inside Out, I'm gonna set it. Now, we always feel like a movie is worth watching if it's at least 60%.
Okay.
And we talked about this last, like leading up to the beginning of the year, right? This was a little scientific study by Jacob and I. And I think the numbers work because we went back and reviewed all 50 movies that we saw,
Hmm.
and we checked the percentage on Rotten Tomatoes and what it was rated, and all but I think one was like 62% and higher. All the ones that we saw that we agreed were good too.
Hmm.
So with that said, I'm gonna give Inside Out expectations. I'm gonna give it a 70. So I
Okay.
think I have a 70% expectation for that one. So I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, there's two other emotions.
Oh,
Out.
okay, there are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. Um, excuse me. So Moana 2 was dropped on us. When did we hear about that?
I feel
Mm.
like that was like less than a month ago.
Yeah, it was a really recent announcement.
It's really strange to me. What is going on here? Like, this is not a rant. I'm just really curious. Like, why are we cramming a live action and another, like a part two? I don't, is Disney really trying to like cash in on this IP? Like, let's just slam Moana. Like, I don't know. Like, spread it out. I
yeah.
don't understand the thought process behind that. I hope it's super successful. I just think it was weird to drop an animated version and a live version at the same time. I don't know what the release dates are for them, but
And most of the time you let me see. Most of the time you November for Moana 2. Most of the time, you know about the upcoming movies well in advance because I don't know if you guys know, but it does not take like 3 weeks to get an animated movie done. Like, it takes a long time.
it's 3 years still.
Yeah. So I was very surprised that most of us had not heard about this, until recent, and then when it was announced to hear that it's coming out this year, it's like, "Whoa, okay."
They really
But
kept it under wraps, didn't they?
they did, but, I'm excited for this one. I did not see Moana in the theaters. Did you?
I did not. I watched it here in our home theater.
I
And Jacob and I were the only ones that saw it, and we liked it. I mean, if I had to put from what I could remember, a percentage on it, I probably would have given that a solid 70, 73, something like that. We enjoyed it.
the first time I saw it, we were doing an event here in the neighborhood, and, so I was kind of helping run the event and all that, so I didn't get to, like, really watch it, and then finally, once I did, that was after Finley was born, so I only saw it, probably in 2020 maybe, something like that, I think, um, and now it's become one of my favorite movies. So I'm looking forward to Moana 2.
Okay.
And do we have a trailer for it? I don't
Not
think
that I
there's
know
been a
of.
trailer. Yeah.
Chat can help us out, but not that I know of. I don't think there's a trailer for it yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Only because I haven't seen anything.
Mufasa, The Lion King, which is a sequel to the live action movie, but it's a prequel. So that is coming out. I still have not seen the live action Lion King.
Okay.
So.
I did. To be honest, I forget that there was one. I guess I don't know. I don't really. It wasn't rememberable for me,
Mhm.
or memorable. So, but I'll probably see this. I don't want to lose faith in Disney movies. I
Yeah,
mean, lately things have not blown us away. I'll never give up on Disney
yeah, yeah,
for that. But I haven't seen it. I don't think we've seen a trailer for Mufasa
yeah.
either, right?
Allison says no trailer yet.
Okay.
Snow White. We know there's been a lot of talk about this movie. I don't know. It's been delayed because of the changes that they made. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
What
wonder
do
if
you?
that's any Bob Iger, influence too, stepping in and trying to clean things up because I think he is cleaning things up in the realm of streaming and for movies. A lot of projects have been canceled, projects have been delayed, and he did make some kind of statement when he first came back on that we need to stop watering down this content and pumping it out, and let's just look at the projects that are we think are Disney level,
Yeah,
and we'll put those out. So I don't mind the delays of a lot of movies, the announcements that came out for 2025, 26. We want to see good quality. So
right.
I don't know. I think I don't know. They're gonna have to make changes for this movie, and they're gonna have to really. I think if anybody's following it all, and I wasn't even trying to follow it, it's just you see social media and just nothing but negativity coming out of this Snow White movie.
Yeah,
So I think they're going to have to make changes, and they're going to have to pump this one up for advertising more than anything to get
yeah.
people to come and see it, or they're not going to go.
I agree. Um, we'll see. Snow White is March of 25. Mufasa is Christmas, December 20th, 2024. So
Okay.
that's
I
coming.
hope I hope it's good. I
Yeah,
hope it's good.
yeah. The next one is Ilio. Um,
I know nothing about this one. I'm seeing this for the first time.
do you want me to play the trailer?
Sure. You all want to see the trailer? Let's roll it. It's 2 minutes.
Before we start, you have medical insurance? What? Your coverage good? You have dental?
We've got to skip that little ad in about 10 seconds, and then we'll jump into it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1.
For centuries, we have called out to the universe, looking for answers. In 2024, the universe calls back.
Bring us your leader.
Hi, can you hear me?
Honey, now is a really bad time.
Okay. Bye. I love you. I love you. I love you. This is new. No. No. No, thank you! Whoa.
Please state the name of your homeworld.
Earth?
Welcome, leader of Earth. We are the United Advanced Species of the universe.
I think there's been a mistake.
You're not the leader of Earth?
Sorry for the mix-up.
Commence memory wipe.
No, wait! I am the leader of Earth.
Why is your voice different?
I've always talked like this since I was a kid, which I'm obviously not anymore. But yes, I run the planet.
The trial of Earth can proceed.
Uh-oh.
Until then, as you say on Earth, okay, bye. I love you.
Okay. Okay. Bye. I love you. I love you.
You're the talk of the communiverse.
If Mom could see me now.
I know what you mean. I ate my mother at birth, but in moments of great success, I regret it.
That's a thing for your species?
No, just a me thing. Everyone was shocked.
That's funny. I ate my mother at birth. I like that. Well, I mean, I don't like that, but I like that. That's funny. That's funny.
Weird.
So, I'm interested.
StreamYard commercial.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm interested. It says spring,
June 13th, 2025.
2025. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's next summer, I guess. Yeah, that'll be interesting. So that was pushed back. That's what it was originally supposed to be this spring, and then it was pushed back because of the strikes.
Oh, okay.
Tron, Eris, I guess is how that's pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
Reboot to the franchise, not a sequel. Jared Leto's gonna be in there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I hope it's good. Never been a Tron fan so much. I think I saw them both. I think I saw the original. Definitely saw the second one. I mean, No, I don't know. I'm not a Tron fan, but if this looks decent, or we'll just go see it. We'll just go see it. We have the passes. We have the free passes, so we'll go see it.
So, in preparation of the pass holder preview for Tron, we watched both of them. Wait, let me correct that. I dragged myself through the first one. I actually had to stop after like 20 minutes and then watched it again. I think the following week was like, because we were getting ready to leave. So I'm like, okay, I've got to watch it. So I watched it. And then I watched the second one on my own. Catherine was upstairs, of course, making a dress. And so I watched the second one. And I'm like, hey, you got to come and watch the second one because I think this is going to be more aligned with the ride. And so then we watched the second one. I liked the second one much better than I did the first.
Same.
I think this one might do okay. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we need to see a trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
We can speak more on that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a sequel to Tron Legacy, and then they canceled it and decided to restart the franchise. And that is, did I say
October 2025?
Thank you. Zootopia 2. That has been a long time since we've had the original Zootopia. So
yeah. I don't know. Quick thoughts on Zootopia, the first one for you?
I thought it was cute. I don't think it was worth making a land out of it, so I'm glad they didn't do that. I don't know about, maybe it does deserve to have the show in the Tree of Life. I don't know. I guess it kind of makes sense.
I mean, the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes was 70%, so a good amount of the public do like it. So, like you said, it was cute. I feel like it's like Disney trying to force this property on people. Let's make a land. Let's make another movie. I don't know if there's been enough people crying out for it, but we'll see. We always hope for success with Disney. So, and the sloth, yes, Melissa, was the best part of that movie.
The
from what
sloth
I
was
remember. So cool.
The sloth was best. I do agree with Theo Sam Eagle. Less movies, better movies.
Yes.
Yep. And that is
there's no date in that
November.
article.
November of next year.
Okay.
We spoke about it earlier. Moana, the live action coming out. it will feel kind of back to back because Moana is coming out November 27th, Moana 2, and then the live action is not right away. It's, July of 2026 as of right now. So maybe that'll be enough time in between there, but I think it will
I mean,
still feel kind of back to back, like you said.
yeah.
Because, and I think especially because the typical live action remakes are way after the
Mm-hmm.
original. So this is going to
Mm-hmm.
feel like, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're basically making them at the same time.
Yeah.
Frozen 3 coming out.
Totally didn't expect that. Definitely didn't expect that. I mean, on the topic of, Disney movies in need of a sequel, I don't think that this is, you know what? But I do say this. Any movie can have a sequel if it's a good story
Mhm.
and you love the characters. Um, I'm all for this. If the story is amazing, then I'm all for it. An example though, I don't think Frozen 2 was nearly as good as the first one. Not even close. It's hard to beat with how spectacular the first Frozen was, how much of a huge hit it was. But let's look at Cars. Cars was amazing, the
Mhm.
first one. The second one was terrible.
Mhm.
And the third one was way better.
Yeah.
So, Frozen could do the same thing. The third one could be just totally amazing. So, but I would say temper your expectations. I don't think anything will ever beat the original. It's just so good.
Correct. Exactly right. And for me, I didn't see Frozen 1 in the theaters, but I did see Frozen 2 in the theaters. So I think that my view of Frozen 2 is a little bit skewed because I felt like it was a better movie, but I was all in it because I was in the theater. There is
Got it.
something to be said for a theater experience.
There is.
And Frozen 3 is 2026 as of right now.
Okay.
Live action Bambi.
Oh, that's a real thing.
That's a real
Someone
thing.
said that in chat. That's a
Uh-huh.
real thing. Live action Bambi.
That is a real thing. They have trained the deer to speak, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, that's coming out pretty soon. Well, 2026. I was just seeing if they had any voice actors listed, but they don't, according to this. But it's been in development for a long time, since 2020.
How
So we'll
about
see.
that? Lion King will have to be CGI, yes.
Hercules live action.
Interesting.
That one maybe.
Danny DeVito may reprise his role in that one. I have to say that's still a movie I need to see. I never saw Hercules, but it's mostly because it wasn't a Disney hit.
Mm-hmm. Yet it has it's got music in it that we all know. So yeah,
Certainly
we
does.
do need to watch this. Catherine can correct me. I don't think we've seen this. Oh, Catherine hasn't seen the original Bambi. We'll have to watch that. Yeah, Hercules, I don't think I have seen. We saw Hunchback of Notre Dame recently. So Hercules will live action will be 2026.
Okay. 76% for viewers rated that on Rotten Tomatoes, and 82% for the critics. So, a well-worthy movie.
Yeah, yeah. I would say go for it. Yeah. Toy Story 5? Toy Story 5 coming out?
I'm a big Toy Story fan. I will go see this no matter what. And it looks like Forky's in it again. Love Forky. I mean, you just look at this. Look at the critters on the left side. I'm all in on those dummies over there.
Yeah,
and they are dummies. If you're watching, they are dummies.
That's right.
I'm in on those dummies for sure. I love this idea.
Yeah,
I love this. It will be like visiting old friends, and it is Disney. So how bad can it be? I've been a fan of every one of them. I didn't have. Some people had a problem with the last one. I have no problems with it, especially with Forky.
Is
Especially with
one
Forky.
the top if you were ranking the 4?
Oh, man, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I would have to take a closer look to be super accurate to rank them all, but I would put the first one as number one. I might even rank them as they go along.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
But
this
I
will
like
this
them.
will do well. It's a Disney. It's Toy Story. It's. I can't see it not being a big hit.
Court says no more. No more Toy Story sequels. I'm sorry. I love the OG Toy Story because it reminds me of my childhood. But after 3, I can't get back into it.
And that has an actual date of June 19th, 2026, which means that would come out, and then 3 weeks later would be the Moana live action. So these dates, could change, and I would bet that they will change.
Yeah, that's Jacob's birthday.
All right, that was it for this one.
All right. Are we ready to get down to the nitty gritty?
Yes.
All right. So we figured we'd pick about 10.
Yeah.
10 of these here where we'll talk about the top Disney movies that we think need a sequel or are deserving of a sequel, or it could be a third or a fourth or a fifth. We already talked about a couple of those. I'm on board with another Toy Story. I don't mind that. So I oppose Core a little bit on that one. Okay.
In my world, when doing this, I decided that if it already had a sequel, that it was not
couldn't be part of the discussion.
It didn't have to follow, if there was already a sequel, this one doesn't have to be number 3. Also, this, I assume, the the quality is still there. You and I have talked about these movies that go direct, these sequels that go direct to home or DVD or whatever. And I can't remember. There was one you had talked about that went like straight, like Cinderella 2 and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. So I was in the movie business. Ha 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 ha. The first taste of being in the movie business was movie rentals when I was younger. I had some jobs as a kid. And I just felt like when we got these movies in, you looked at them. So let's say that you got a movie, Cinderella. All of a sudden you get Cinderella 2, Little Mermaid 3, and you're like looking at this blister package of this VHS tape or the DVD, and you're like, what is this? Ooh, let's put it on, because we could always put movies on and let them play in the store.
Right.
And you're playing this thing, and what I noticed automatically from someone who loves movie making and that kind of thing, my first observation with it was, look at this. The quality is Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning cartoon level. It's TV level. If anybody's ever noticed, if you've loved a TV show, an animated TV show, and then all of a sudden they come out with a movie version of it, it looks different. Things are cleaned up. There's shadowing. The artwork is better. They buff it up for the animated version. I always call that just a money grab for Disney. And you want to know something? We could take it further. So that's just a money grab, because to me that's Disney saying, well, we're going to capitalize on the Cinderella character, and we're going to put out some sequels, but they are not. We're not going to put enough money into it, and they're not good enough for the theaters. But we will put them on VHS or for home release, and people will buy enough where we'll make a nice little profit off of it. But the funny thing is, and you might go, oh yeah, I've noticed this too. What about when you could even just get this. You could just get, when things used to rotate all the time and there was no such thing of streaming. So Disney had that cycle where Little Mermaid would come out in the theaters. It would have its run for a few months, then it would disappear, and then it would come out on video for purchase and rental.
Right.
And then after a little run there, they would say, oh, this is going away. It's going in the vault.
Going in the vault.
But anyway, when it would hit the stores for purchase or for rental, you'll see these B companies, even C companies, come out with their version of the redheaded little mermaid or something like that. Everybody wants to cash in on those things. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
that was
think it's just a cash grab when that happens. I don't know if Disney's really doing that level of it at this point. I'm not saying it's wrong, just an observation that that's definitely what they did back in the late 90s, early 2000s for
mhm.
sure. Yeah, but the Disney Vault thing, I'm surprised they don't do that again. Like they could do it. They could do the Disney Vault still, I think.
Well, it was interesting because it was always, the idea of the vault was, and Angie can correct me. Angie, my sister, um, used to work at the Disney store, um, and she says the vault was a regular thing. And I want to say it was 7 years, if I remember correctly, and it would go in the vault for about
Okay, I
7
thought it was
years.
5, but I'm not sure then.
Yeah, and then it would come back out, and then when it came back out, it would go to whatever the next medium is. So it was VHS, and then it went into the vault, and then it came out 7 years later, and they brought it to DVD, and it was out for a little bit, and then it went into the vault, and then it went to Blu-ray, and then back into the vault. Well, now with Disney Plus, they're not really doing that. So, um, and I mean, you you worked in the rental business, you worked in movie theater, you know that it used to be a much bigger time between when it was in the theater and when it hit home video, like a long time.
Yes.
Now it's like 2 weeks. you know,
Yeah, it's much quicker. I want to say back then, you were probably looking at a good 4 months, give or take,
yeah,
3 months at least, four
yeah,
months. And of course, I'm
yeah,
old enough to remember that movies would just get re-released because there was no home video.
right,
You know, returning this summer, The Empire Strikes Back. And you were like, oh yes, we gotta go, we gotta
yeah,
see that again.
yeah,
So the greatest movies always got re-released.
yeah. So we thought we would cover some of our favorite movies that deserve a sequel, and some of them are going to be um, some expected, some you probably haven't even heard of. In fact, I'm gonna start out with one that I would bet a lot of us would like a sequel to, or and when I say a sequel, I want more of the story. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh yes, totally on board with that. Totally on board. We need that. I don't know if it's even being discussed or what, but I love Roger Rabbit. You could easily do a quality storyline with that. I'm on board.
Yeah, I think I, I mean that movie was just so fun, and maybe it'd be a little different because now we're adults, but I mean that movie was just so fun, and to have all the different studios characters appear together, I think that that would be a very very cool one. Another one for me, I would like another Muppets movie. And I say that, but yet I didn't see the last one with is it Jason Segel?
We're doing a sequel. Oh yes. Oh, I'll tell you what. The second one runs right with the first.
Okay.
They are on par with each other. Super well done. Absolutely. You're hitting these on, let's just go with what you're giving us and I'll add to this. This is
Okay.
the way we should do it. We're
Okay.
already 100 we're already an hour and 13 in.
Yeah.
So, well, let's ride this the way this is. This is good. So, I'm going to say totally with you. I love the Muppets. We need more Muppets. I think Disney's doing the Muppets justice. What does everybody in live chat think? I think everything they've done has been top notch. I think Jim Henson would be so proud, even doing the Haunted Mansion
Hmm. Yeah.
Halloween special.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It was
And
really well done.
you and I have grown up with the Muppets. My gosh, I watched the Muppet Show when
You
it was
know it.
live,
Yep.
when it was brand new episodes. Have my bath, sit down with my pajamas, and I watched that show. I still have my Muppet puppet right behind me in the closet,
Nice.
handheld. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. Yes.
Yeah, I would love to see more Muppets. I think they are doing a good job with what they're putting out, and you have the Disney Plus um, series for 1 year or 1 season. The Haunted Mansion show movie I thought was great. They do need to reopen the store though, because
Absolutely.
that would just hit my pockets.
Absolutely.
I would like more of the story of Tarzan,
Oh, okay.
but only if we can get more Phil Collins music, which I know we can't. But I would love more of that story.
Did
Um,
Phil Collins die?
no, but he cannot perform anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, I was not aware of his health issues.
yeah, he did a farewell concert and had to sit the entire time, or just about the entire time.
Oh,
Yeah, so he
okay.
he he has said no more. Um, Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, okay.
I love that. It was funny. If we could get more of that story, that would be great. Um, of course, they'd have to have it just sitting in the vault, I guess, just waiting to be released at this point, in order to get the story that I would like, with the actors that I would like. But yeah, I want more of that one. Now, here's one that I bet a lot of you don't know: Flight of the Navigator.
So, Flight of the Navigator used to be featured on the backstage tour in Hollywood studios. You
Hmm.
could see the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite, movies, of course, growing up at that time and being into sci-fi and Back to the Future and all that kinda stuff, so, yeah, I would like that one. Um, I would like for them to do another Inspector Gadget, but not live action.
Wah, 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 wah,
Um,
wah, 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 wah.
I did see the original Inspector Gadget in the theaters because I was a huge Inspector Gadget, kid, but, didn't love the live action movie, so maybe that one. And we've talked about this before. Big Hero 6.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Big Hero 6. I'm a Big Hero 6 fan. They did such a great job with that. I
Mhm.
mean, you got a little bit of like Marvel feel to it. You know, you got these superheroes per se. The characters, listen, writing is a hobby that I just can't get to because I have a little channel I need to manage. But if I had none of this, I would have done so much writing by this point, you know. When Tammy and I got together, that's what I was doing. I was working on an actual sitcom. And I love writing, and maybe eventually we'll get back to that when there's less to do. You know, I've talked about that in
Mhm.
private
Mhm.
before. So I pay attention to writing and characters. And listen, a story isn't, you can have a good story, but if you don't care about your characters, the story is nothing. You
Yeah.
have to have emotion for your characters. And Big Hero 6 hits on every character. Every character is great. They have their own personalities. And then you've got big, lovable, um, oh gosh, I'm going blank on his name. Are you too?
I am. Oh
I
my
am just, it's
goodness.
just totally going over my head at the
Chad, help us
moment.
out. Oh man.
Gosh, it's embarrassing. But even just to meet him and give him hugs. Baymax, I'm thinking of it. Yeah,
There you
Baymax
go.
came to me.
Yeah.
For the record, I answered that before anybody put it in chat. So Baymax is such a lovable character, and me being in the medical field, for him to be, medically inclined and ask people,
Mhm.
what their pay, what their, compare, show me your face on the pain scale. I
Yeah.
do that every day. I do that every single day, all day. Love it, love it, love it, and it so deserves a sequel. I hope Disney is working on that secretly.
By the way, that's why we do the show live, is so that when we forget something, we can just have Chad help us out. So it's all good.
Exactly, exactly.
um, and I asked Catherine what hers would be, and she immediately said Brave.
Oh,
She wants to see more of that story.
okay. Um, do you have more?
That was it for me.
Okay, I've got a few here. I have shown there's a very special mug that I should buy, but I haven't yet, and it just goes all the way back to my childhood. Went to see this with my mom. I went to see a lot of Disney movies with my mom, and I went to every single one of them. I feel like even live action,
Mm-hmm.
Freaky Friday with a young Jodie Foster and Candle Shoe or whatever it was, and all those, including all of the animated ones. And I'll never forget seeing The Rescuers in
Mm,
the theater. I mean, we don't even see Medusa acknowledged, which if anybody doesn't know, Medusa is the villain in that. We have no Medusa meet. Maybe your old Disney, your old Disney parks. I'm new Disney parks. I
yeah.
don't know if we've ever had a Medusa meet and greet. She's not featured anywhere ever. Finally on a mug with the rescuers.
Mm-hmm.
She was scary to me. And she deserves, I'll take a stand right now, she deserves to be in Phantasmic. We need Medusa in Phantasmic. And there were Crocs in that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were descendants or brothers of the TikTok Croc, but they looked a lot like him, I think. But I think it would be fun. Now they did one of those. I could be wrong. That probably hit theaters. They did Rescuers Down Under, but I
Yeah.
think that one's more forgotten. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it right here. They did do Rescuers Down Under in 1990, but 1977, the year that A New Hope, Star Wars A New Hope was released,
Mm.
The Rescuers came out. How about that? So I loved The Rescuers, and I would like to see more adventures. And I believe their adventures took place, well, they ended up in the Bayou, but I think it started in New York City.
Hmm.
I think their little business of detectives took place in the beginning. You're looking like you've never seen it before.
I want to say that I have, but it was so long ago I don't remember it.
Rescuers live action would be fire, says PDC. I would not discount that. I'd like to see a pitch for that. So I skewed a little bit differently than Lawrence, a little bit too, where I just feel like there are movies that have had sequels that could benefit from others. Pirates. Let's just keep as long as I'm going blank again. I
Johnny.
cannot think tonight. Johnny. As long as Johnny is available,
Yeah.
just keep him coming
Just keep them coming.
because he is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, live action Disney character ever.
Yeah.
Love me some of that and some Jack Sparrow. And how about I love Monsters. I love the Monsters series on Disney Plus, and I love the Monsters movies. I think the sequel was right there with the first one, and I think it's time for a Monsters 3.
I'm with you.
Yeah. How about now? I'll jump into a few that don't have sequels, but if you take a lot of the princess movies and people were to rank them, I don't think Tangled would be in the very upper echelon of that. But I really loved Tangled, and it would be cool to see them formulate a great story around a sequel
Yeah.
for Tangled.
That's one that a lot of people have talked about. Another time.
Have they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would really be up for that. That would be pretty cool. And how about Up? And you got a little, it's only a little taste, but we got a little short
Right.
before Elemental, which was really funny.
Yeah.
I think with those characters you could create a whole nother adventure. Maybe they've got to, attach the balloons to the house again, and they've got to go do something.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go on some other big adventure. I think that would be really cool. And Doug is so funny.
And didn't he have a series of shorts?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Just like Forky. I was not a
Right.
Forky fan for Toy Story 4, but when Forky came out with his miniseries, which is award winning, I loved every single episode of that.
Yeah.
What is money? What is love? I love him. You know what? This is a movie that was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but it's time because of the amount of merch we see in the parks. And I don't know why Disney has not done another Stitch movie. The merch flies off the shelves. Disney can't produce enough Stitch merch, so there's a business for it.
That should
I
tell you
know.
right there that like you said, there's a business for it. That should tell you right there you need to make another one. There's no reason not to.
No. And what I'm going to do right here live on the podcast is I'm going to jump over and I'm going to look at the rating. Okay. So the rating, it rated high.
Mhm.
It did have a sequel. People could correct me on this. I'm going to say that it didn't go to the movies. It wasn't a theatrical release for the sequel. But
Mhm.
I think they need a reboot. Maybe a
Yeah.
little bit of a reboot on this. Maybe a live action. Maybe a live action Stitch. Definitely do an animated, but I could see Stitch being a pretty good live action film. So, but the critics gave the original 87% and viewers 77%. So it falls in the LID formula
Mhm.
of a movie that you may not be disappointed with.
Yeah,
So there's
I
just so
think
much merch out there.
and people want a Stitch, meet and greet, inside the parks. So, yeah, they should do so. Although we might be getting one. Well, we as an annual pass holders might be getting
Yeah, they're
there.
teasing a Stitch magnet. So
Yep. And they say that
we'll
there's
see.
also a special character that will be there. So, if that falls in
Maybe,
line, it might be Stitch. So we'll
maybe it'll be
see.
Stitch. Though that was what I had on my list.
Yeah, those are
So,
some good ones. Those are some
um,
good. Oh, Melanie says they had a few Stitch movies and a show. I do kind of remember that. And
here's a movie that I think they need to stop making. Drives me nuts. Can you stop making a version of Freaky Friday, please? There's got to be 10 versions of this. The dad and the son change, the
yeah,
dog and the
yeah,
cat change. Like, enough.
yeah.
Enough. You know the formula for writing stories really is there's really only like 3 stories out there.
Mhm.
And then you just take the formula and you change some things. We're watching the same story
Yeah,
over and over again. Only like 3 versions in the world, but it changes a little bit.
yeah. Just ask the Hallmark Channel at Christmas time.
Oh
Every one of
God,
those
those are
movies
just
are the
those are
same
just all the same. Those are all the same.
same
And
thing.
I'll be in a patient's home and I'll be seeing the patient, and sometimes I get a patient that loves Hallmark movies and it's Christmas time and it's all festive. I love going to all the houses with the decorations. It's like I get Christmas all day
Yeah.
with the trees and everything, and they'll have the Hallmark movies on, and it's fine. People love it, so go
Mhm.
for it.
Mhm.
Why not do it? But if you observe the way things go, it's the it's the attractive girl moves to a small town or something, and
Yep.
there's this hot guy who might be he's single. They start this, it slowly develops with them, and then something happens where he ticks her off and it looks like it's not going to happen, and
Mhm.
then it happens at the end.
Yeah. Pretty standard formula there.
How about the movie Wally? I need to go back and watch Wally again. Love the character, but I didn't like them. I don't think I was crazy about the movie. So I'd
I've
like to
only
see
seen
that
it once.
again. Yeah, I saw it once when it was
Yeah.
new. I should probably go back and watch it again. And I feel like maybe even, excuse me, feeling the way I do, maybe we give Wally a sequel.
Mm.
I don't know if Disney feels like how well that would do, but maybe they could give Wally a sequel. So I don't know if there are any other movies that you all think could use a sequel, or you would love to see it. Definitely comment below when the live stream is over of the
Mhm.
podcast, and if you're listening later on, definitely comment down below. We'd love to interact with you. And if you're new here, over on Instagram or the Vertical X, whatever, come on over. And oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can't hear myself though. I
Oh.
pulled it out. I got all excited. But definitely check us out. Check us out on the main channel, which is Living in Diz, D-I-Z, on YouTube. And we'd love to have you as a subscriber. We're live from the parks 2 to 3 times a week, and have a lot of fun adventures, reviewing food, checking out merch, checking out resorts, everything Walt Disney World has to offer.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of movies that we could say. I see a couple people have said Remy,
I'm gonna
Wally.
figure out how to plug this back in while you talk with the peeps.
Got it. Wally, like I said, I've only seen it once, so I don't really know
All right, I think
how
I'm
I
back.
feel
Am I
about it.
back?
Are you back? And Steve has dropped a gift. I can't see who that was picked up by. Oh, Tara Rager. Welcome to the family. So you'll get the members only podcast, which happens before this one at 6:30. You get to use all the emojis, and definitely be sure to continue that after the 30 days if you so wish, and you can do that for as little as $1.99. Steve has dropped another gift, and that was picked up by Elise M. So again, you will get all of those special emojis for the next 30 days and the members only podcast at 6:30. Thank you very much, Steve. We always appreciate that.
Always appreciate that, Steve. I'm back. I plugged it into the microphone. Like that didn't even make sense. So I'm back.
I what you were doing, but I
I saw you laughing. I'm always crazy old Maurice. He's always good for a laugh.
So we used to do this all the time. We don't do it anymore. It's the shirts are just like shirts, right? But we're actually all Star Wars out.
Yes, we are.
Can you
check us
tell?
out? See? No. What is that? I can't even.
Well, here's
I know it's Star Wars. I mean.
Well, there's R2-D2.
Oh, okay.
And this is so weird doing it backwards. The Millennium Falcon.
Okay, let's say is that the Falcon? Cool.
Characters.
And where'd you find that one?
Amazon, I think.
I feel like I'm a little bit overdue on the wardrobe. How's wardrobe going?
I think she's got 2 in the works for you, if I remember correctly.
Awesome. She never disappoints.
No. Yeah, your April one is a little bit behind.
Okay, that's okay.
We haven't seen you in April, so
that's true.
You'll get them in May. Yeah.
Oh, Disney Dina in chat says, "OMG, I left to teach a class and I came back to watch the podcast. I missed tonight and you're still on. This is great." Oh, well, we're leaving now.
Yes.
But go back and listen, Dina. Go back and listen. This was another great episode. So just want to thank Ashley once again. She's amazing. So excited to have her as part of our team here. It's another area that we can cover, as we want to cover everything Walt Disney World, everything. If you spend enough time with this channel, you will know everything we do. I guarantee it. We are a teaching channel. We've always been a teaching channel in the parks, and now we've brought it over to here. We can be even more concentrated on teaching right here. You're having so much fun learning, you don't even know that you're learning.
Yep.
So, okay, couple announcements before we go. First of all, let's hit up our sponsor, and then we'll have a couple of announcements before we wrap this baby up. Here's Victor.
Looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard? Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC. He is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 13 years of experience in the vacation home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why wait? Visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with him today. Your dream home is just a click away. If you're
I just wanted to fire up Inside the Parks this week because I wanted to. I don't really think we did anything that really is worth spending time on, where we spent so much time on other things today, unless something jumps out to you. Did Monday at Magic Kingdom, had a great time, covered everything, totally forgot. My memory is just going, I guess. I didn't even remember what I ordered the last time over there at Starbucks, but I did get the lavender foam. Oh, that lavender foam is so good. Woo! Very, very good. 5 out of 5 Mickeys. It is a Mickey's Kiss. Really good. So check that out if you have a chance to get your lips on some lavender foam over there at Starbucks. Saturdays, always love being out with the family. In case you haven't noticed, I just love that little wife of mine so much. She's amazing. And, of course, get to hang out with my little man, who's not so little as well. Really wanted fish and chips, so we got the fish and chips. It's been a while, and they gave 2 pieces of fish. We don't remember that. Normally it's 1 piece of fish. It was good in a time where we feel like Disney is shrinking up the portions. Not over in the UK. That was a very, very generous portion, and I was satisfied. But at the same time, Jacob went over to Regal Eagle, and the banana dessert was definitely smaller. We compared it to an older photo, and definitely smaller. And his portion, his sandwich, was smaller. So that's disappointing. We got to stop that. But what else? What else? Anything else happen at Epcot? Just a great day at Epcot. I think we're very ride focused. Oh, we went backwards on Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were all thinking when we were on Ratatouille. If you thought that I did something wrong with the camera or something like that, but we went into the freezer and we were like, I'm thinking, oh, okay, why are we staring at a door?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll turn, and then we didn't turn, and then we went into the next room and we didn't turn. I'm like, all right. This is going to warrant, doing this again. And luckily, the cast members had no problem letting us do it again. So that was definitely a different kind of experience. And so we had to make a choice, right? Do we just get off and sacrifice the ride and just go to Luminous? I'm glad a lot of you supported us and saying just do the ride again, because I do listen to you all, and to a degree for sure, in decision making in the parks. And we did it again, and we watched whatever was left of Luminous, and we gave away another $100.
Yes,
we gave $100 of my money, and we were so happy to do that. I think we gave it to Steven, and we shipped things right out from the store. And I am happy to announce, get this, when we do a giveaway in the stores from now on, it will be also including international viewers. So,
hey.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. So we won't do it when we give away like Mayan pain creams, but we will do it when we ship right from Disney. I asked her if they do international, and she said she did, and I don't think it was that much more money. So
okay,
we'll try it once. And if it's not too expensive, we'll just continue to do it. I will say also that I'm also happy to announce that the channel is growing at such a faster rate now that we're going to stretch out that $100 giveaway to every 1,000 subscribers rather than 500, because we're already going to be at 14.1K, I think, before the weekend. So in that rate, we'll slow down a little bit there, but there's still just another goal to shoot for.
Yep.
Okay. And just like we did in the members only podcast, Shirley says 1,000 seems fair. Thank you. And we really love doing it. We talked about this in the members only podcast. If you are a member and you've been lucky enough to become green, there's a lot of you that are in green, and we really, really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. 2 things that it helps out with big time is equipment. To run the podcast, it is not free to do the podcast. It's free to go out to the parks and stream if you're not talking about gas and things like that. It's free to do that. It is not free to do this podcast. So it all helps. There's a lot of technology. I forget what I even sign up for, and I just get payment alerts
Yeah.
throughout the weeks of the month. Oh, you just paid for StreamYard. Oh, you just paid for Streamlabs. Oh, you just paid for this. You just paid for that. I put a lot of money into this channel, and I think you can all see it. The quality of it means a lot to me. It's our name on it, and we want this to be the best it could possibly be. And the other thing is, so for equipment, we were looking to do some certain things technical wise, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anything. We just get it. When I learn about something new, I go, how much is it and what does it do?
Right.
Okay, let's go get it. I don't blink an eye. If it's for all of you, I don't blink an eye. And also for food. When we go to the food booths, when we go to restaurants that, you pick up, what did we pick up? I don't even remember what the bill was over at Grand Floridian Cafe a couple weeks ago. And actually, sometimes this happens too. Just stepping outside of the memberships. Lawrence stepped up, and Gilnack stepped up. Leo, maybe? I don't want to leave anybody out. Someone else contributed to that dinner, so we didn't even have to pay for that dinner. And we're so appreciative of that. But you all got to see that dinner. Regardless, if you didn't, I was using membership money to pay for that dinner. And I didn't bat an eyelash. If I was taking that out of my own working pocket with what I do in my profession, I have a hard time doing that.
I 100% understand that. 100%
I have a hard time
understand.
doing that. But the money that's made in Disney stays in Disney. And I hope that makes total sense to all of you. I want to give it all to you. And when we go to a food booth during a festival, give me everything on the menu so that I can show it and review it so people have a better idea of what to get.
Yeah.
Tammy says bill was around $240 after discount and before the tip. So, and we were gonna, I think we were going to try to treat Neil too. So, and some of that money came in for Neil too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that was the plan. So that was really, really helpful. Can't deny the food, Corey, says Steve. And by the way, there's a whole Disney listened. More snacks from May the 4th.
Oh yes, yeah. So we will definitely preview that coming up. Maybe not next.
With that said, right, we're going to try everything. If we can get our hands on every snack available in the park, we're going to get it for May the 4th so that you all can see it. And again, May the 4th is going to be our next live stream where it is an all-day stream. We'll start at rope drop and we'll end after the last firework goes off at Phantasmic.
Mm-hmm.
Plus another half hour.
Yeah, Jay was asking me yesterday, and I was like, "Oh no, that's going to be a major day because we're going to be live from rope drop to after Phantasmic, and we will be horizontal and vertical all day." So
okay, I was going to ask you, are we going all day vertical and all day?
Sure,
okay,
sure. Why not? Why not?
All right, so I'll pass the stream off to Tammy a little bit and to Neil. Not that I need a break, but it'll be nice to pass it off a little bit and do that. And people want to see Tammy anyway, so we got to do that. So Dina says, "Oh, OMG, that's a lot of snacks for one day. Make sure you drink plenty of water." Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a hot day, and we'll hope for great weather. It is Florida, so I highly doubt that it would rain all day on us.
And so May 1st, we'll probably do that episode will probably be a preview of May the 4th, and then the week after, May 8th, that'll be a roundup of our all-day stream and everything that May the 4th had to offer for us.
That sounds awesome. That sounds like a great plan. PDC says thank you for all the hard work and dedication. And let's see. I truly appreciate that membership is budget friendly, says Nanny Pooh Bear. Absolutely. I said this in the members only podcast. If everybody that could do it joined for even $1.99 and you get 200 people to do it, that's $300 to the channel that we can go ahead and use for great things like this. And we have an announcement coming up. Look for the announcement. I got to look at without seeing the calendar really. Whatever time we're live after May 25th, we'll have a major announcement to a very special live stream that will happen this summer. And to my knowledge, no one's ever done it on stream before. So we're excited to announce that when we're able to do that. And we have other things in the works for this summer. There's another one that I know that's going to go off for sure. but we'll wait till we have a date for that one before we announce that one. And waiting on Lawrence to solidify another thing that we're going to do. And that will be great too. One thing we haven't done live in the parks lately, technically it's not in the parks, it's on property, is we haven't mini golfed in so long. And it'd be kind of cool, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. A night where even if you guys are in town and it's like Lawrence and Catherine versus, LID or something like that, that would be pretty cool. May 29th, Corey says, Alicia. What, for an announcement?
For the announcement, I think.
Oh, May 29th will be the next time I'm live. Thank you. So May 29th, look for an announcement that we will make on that. So the last thing, right? We wanted to make sure we got to everything. The last announcement we have is we're really excited about next week's show.
What do you guys think it's going to be?
What do they think the show will be?
What do they think it's going to be? Mom thinks it's going to be Earth Days. That's a good one. We will have just actually Earth Days in between shows, so not Earth Day. We have interviewed an author. So next week we're going to interview a murderer.
Yes. Our first murderer coming to the podcast, and she's a former cast member at Disney. How about
There's
that?
a lot of story behind this one.
There really, really is. So her name is Brooke Ranson, and she is a former cast member, and she has packed her bags and gone to Hollywood. She is currently starring in the Selena show. Let me take this off here so they can see it. She's currently, well, what else? Why did that come up? Let's take that off the screen. There we go. Selena and Yolanda. She is Yolanda. She's playing Yolanda, and she doesn't look like that.
No.
She's playing young Yolanda, and it is streaming on Peacock right now. So if you all want to go check that out, check it out. We are going to have her here for what I hope will be the entire podcast. She is going to tell us stories behind the scenes and of her life as a cast member, and a cast member that has now moved to Hollywood. She's so excited to come on. I met her in the parks, and that's how we sparked up that little acquaintance, and decided to reach out to her and see if she wanted to come on. And I was able to follow her cast member story from there on, and then she just popped up posting behind the scenes photos of that project, and she is now an actress. So really, really good kid. And we'll have a lot of fun with her next week, so lots to look forward to.
Yeah. So make sure to check that out before she comes on. It's only 2 episodes. It's a very interesting story. So yeah, definitely check that out. And I guess we'll have to ask her before she's on the show if she's allowed to say what she did, or if she wants to say what she did for Disney.
Right. For sure. Yeah. We'll have to check that out. I'll ask her beforehand, and I think what we'll do is we'll get her on private, and we'll kind of go through a soft kind of interview quick, just to see what we can say and we cannot say, or ask and cannot ask.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So we've got some good stuff in the works on our way to our 50th episode and the anniversary of the very first YouTube Living in Diz Pod, which is June 19th, and the 50th episode. So we've got some big stuff coming up.
We do, and we got to get my girl, Georgia.
Yes.
Georgia on. She popped in the live stream like randomly the other day, and she's like, "Oh, I'll message you guys." She's busy, but I'll even reach out to her if I don't hear from her soon, because we got to get her on. Her voice is amazing, everybody. She's huge. She's huge on social media, like million subscribers on YouTube, something like that. So.
And Neil, we got to get Neil on. We're working on it.
Yes.
We're working on it.
I know, man. Come on, Neil. Neil's holding out for the right amount of money. We haven't reached
Yeah.
agreement on
Yeah.
the proper amount yet.
Yeah, his booking agent's a little tough.
Yes. Do we have a quote?
No.
Awesome. No quote. I'll
no.
say
Sorry.
that's
No.
all right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening live. We do it live because we do it for you. You asked for it, and you got it. Thank you to everyone who Ninja listens, everyone who supports us in the parks in any way that you do. I love you all. We see you all in chat, and love the Ninja Watchers. I was able to I met a Ninja Watcher in the I keep wanting to call the confectionery the Emporium this week. In the confectionery, her name is Kristen. Hello, Kristen, if you're listening. She just, I love to hear that stuff. She's like, I make sure I clear my schedule for Saturdays. I do not miss Saturdays, and I need to watch on Saturdays. And so really appreciate that. So a little shout out to her. And that's it. So, yes, if you're listening on the replay, thank you so much as well for all that support. So, for the Diz Pod, we're just a couple guys, a couple friends talking Disney. I'm Corey.
I'm Lawrence.
We're the Diz Pod. We'll see you all next week. Next live stream, Saturday, live from the Magical Kingdom. We'll see you all then.
People living over any